After conquering the fort of Rohtasgarh, Sher Shah Suri defeated the Mughal emperor at Chausa, India. Humayun fled to Iran, while his brothers held Kabul and Kashmir. Sher Shah was apprehensive of their joining hands by exerting on him to regain the lost throne. To contain the Mughal threat, Sher Shah aimed at occupying Gakhar land, located north of River Jhelum. He selected the site along River Kahan and built Fort Rohtas.
Rohtas Fort can be reached from Dina, a railway station some 12 kilometers north of Jhelum on the main Grand Trunk Road. Situated in the gorge, some 16 kilometers northwest of Jhelum, the Great Fort of Rohtas is a symbol of strength and determination of its builder Sher Shah Suri. This gigantic stronghold fort is about 4 kilometers and is so strategically positioned that it commands the old route from north to the plains of Punjab. A Sher Shah Suri Bridge. This bridge has paved the way for the local inhabitants, which has drastically improved the living standards of locals and attracted many foreign tourists because it has become accessible. Moving towards the fort, on the right there is a shrine known as Takya, which is not much talked about in the scenario of Rohtas Fort. Takya, the shrine of Khairun-Nisa, is on an unmetalled track. Khairun-Nisa was one of the great warriors of Sher Shah and fought many battles with him. On their way from Delhi to Afghanistan, being ill, she died and was buried here. Later, her father, with the blessings of Suri, took her body and reburied in Delhi. This shrine was also used as teaching institute for many scholars, out of whom some are buried here. The main feature of Rohtas Fort is that it comprises of 12 gates. Khwaskhani Gate is the main gateway to Rohtas Fort. The gate, named after the loyal and trusted commander of Sher Shah, opens toward northern side. It's a double gate. Both the gates are in fair state of preservation. The outer Khwaskhani Gate is nearly 12.8 meters wide and 8 meters deep. At the crest of the gate, there are 5 battlements, 2 of which at the sides are in half style. The second gate has religious inscriptions fixed over the rectangular slabs. Shishi Gate derives its name from the glazed tiles used in the spandrels of the outer bigger arch. There are also lotus flowers in relief and a few religious inscriptions, out of which one of the important inscriptions is the Persian, which gives the date of the construction of the fort and is set on the left side of the gate. It reads,
ز هجرت گذشته تواریخ سال 948 آمد جلال نصب شد در آن قلعه کبار شهنشاه شیران عمر قرار ز بخت سعادت عیان نیست ثانی تمامت کنانید شاهو سلطانی.
The tiles used are the earliest example of its kind in the subcontinent. The northwest bastion of Shishi Gate has 3 windows, 2 overlooking Kahan River and 1 over the Langar Khana and the Langar Khani Gate. The inner octagonal room of the bastion has 16 inscriptions in double row of stone slab set over 4 entrances. Due to the location of Langar Khana, the gate Langar Khani is named as such. It's a double gate 15.25 meters high, 3.5 meters wide, with a central arched opening. A beautiful view of Shishi Gate and the bastions can be clearly seen from the projected oriel window of Langarkhani Gate. The Langarkhana was basically to look after the food requirement of all the people working in the construction of the fort. On the apex of the outer arch of the Langarkhana, there is an inscribed sandstone slab fixed in the wall. Besides Langarkhana, there is a bricked lined Bavli and has two passages to it. The moment you climb the upper roof of Langarkhana, an old Gurdwara and the spring can be clearly seen. My next step is Talaki Gate, for which Mr. Khalid has been interviewed.
पिछले साल इसकी जो बारिशें हुई हैं उसकी वजह से इसका जो पोर्शन जो आप लोग फोटो देख रहे हैं ये राइट साइड वाला ये गिर गया तो अभी ये थोड़ा गिरा है अगर इसको यहाँ पर हम ठीक कर रहे हैं तो ये पूरा दरवाज़ा जो हमारे पास है जो शेरशाह सूरी का मॉन्यूमेंट है वो इसको हम बचा सकते हैं.
This is a single gate 15.25 meters high and 13.8 meters wide with two flanking bastions. Moving towards Gatyali Gate, the name derived because of the close proximity of the village Gatyali. The gate does not have that much of the significance, but is one of its kind. It's a single gate in plan rectangular with offsets. The gate is nearly 9.15 meters high and 6.1 meters deep. The arches have sunflower bosses and spandrels. There's a Hindu temple. It has a room of 11 feet and 4 arched doors, but only one door leads to the main room. The interior of the temple is carefully designed with colorful motifs. Tulamori Gate, which lies on the eastern side of the fort, is small and simple in architectural details. Basically, it was used for messengers and the locals for going in and out instead of using other main gates. To meet the need of self-sufficiency in water, Bawlis were made by cutting deep the lime rock. One of these lies near the Tulamori Gate. This Bawli, meaning stepped well, is the only proper Bawli with 148 steps of about 20 centimeters width leading to the base. The national lime rock bed had been cut to a considerable depth to reach the water level. The upper portion of the Bawli is built in stone. Peoplewala Gate is the only gate with 3 battlements, thereby indicating the general of this area had 3,000 men under his command. It's a small gate with the central opening 2.13 meters in width. The inner facade has got 2 recessed arches with doors on either side of the main arch. One of the old ponds, commonly known as Sar, was basically used to collect water from outside the fort through small channels leading into the pond. Over the period of time, since it was not maintained, the water has stopped flowing from outside the fort, and at present it is virtually dry. My next step was the long-awaited Sohail Gate. It's the finest specimen of the work of Sher Shah's time. Traditionally, the gate derives its name from a famous saint named Sohail Bukhari, buried in the southwestern bastion of the gate. To some others, however, its name appears to have been taken from the Sohail star which rises on this side of the fort. On either side of the main arch, at the level of its haunches, 2 beautiful balconies project in the form of oriel windows. The artful look and the solidity of this very gate is enough to tell about the 2 sides of the character of the man and warrior, Sher Shah Suri, who built it. The rest house on top of Sohail Gate is being converted into archives with regards to the Emperor Sher Shah Suri. In 2001, an NGO, Himalayan Wild Foundation, made an effort to reconstruct some of the historical and noteworthy monuments of this fort.
आती है, उनके पास कोई बेसिक फैसिलिटीज़ नहीं थे रोहतास में, ना गाड़ी खड़ी करने की जगह, ना टॉयलेट फैसिलिटीज़, ना पीने का पानी, ना चलने के लिए जगह, ना कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन। लोग आते थे, उनको ये नहीं पता था कि ये जो इमारत एडमायर कर रहे हैं ये कौन सी जगह है, ये किले का कौन सा हिस्सा है, उनको कुछ इधर नहीं होता था। तो हमने उसके लिए विजिटर इन्फॉर्मेशन सेंटर बनाया, हमने एक गाइड्स का सिलसिला शुरू किया, हमने चलने के रास्ते बनाए, गाड़ी खड़ी की जगह तैयार की, हमने टॉयलेट्स बनाए। तो मतलब ऑल द बेसिक इंफॉर्मेशन दैट ए कॉमन विजिटर विल वांट, all those facilities are now available in Rohtas.
To create attraction for the local and foreign tourist, an information center is prepared in one of the bastions of Sohail Gate. An information lady assistant is made available to facilitate any query for the history of fort.
यहाँ के जो लोकल गाइड थे वो अपनी मनगढ़ंत कहानियाँ सुनाते थे, तो हर बंदा अपनी अपनी एक कहानी बनाए हुए था, जो भी आता उसको सुनाता। तो हमने ये इसलिए बनाया कि हम कम से कम जो लोग बाहर से आते हैं वो एक असल जो कहानी है उसको लेके साथ जाएं। यहाँ इससे बहुत फ़ायदा हो गया लोगों को। तो बंदे आते हैं तो मैं उन्हें बताती हूँ, वो कहते हैं कि कुछ उनसे कुछ और सुना है आपसे। मैं यही कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि हम उनको जो असल कहानी है वो उससे रोशनास करवा सकें।
Shah Chandwali Gate is the link gate between the citadel and the main fort. It is named after a saint, Shah Chandwali, and was buried just on the side of the gate, where his mizar stands to this day.
शाह चांदवली है, इसको हमायूं ने बनाया था तकरीबन 1562 में। तो उसके बाद ये 2001 में इस पर वर्क शुरू हुआ, यहाँ पे ड्राइंग दी गई है, इसके 2 साल इस पर वर्क होता है सारा। इसकी ड्राइंग मुकम्मल तैयार की गई है, जैसे जैसे इसके ये पत्थर बने हुए हैं इसके साथ में ड्राइंग बनी है, हर पत्थर को इसके साथ बनाया है। बिल्कुल ये आप चाहते में देख रहे हैं कि कैसे इसकी आर्ट बन रही है, बिल्कुल एक पत्थर दूसरे के साथ, दूसरा तीसरे के साथ बनकर तो लास्ट में ये तकरीबन 1.5-2 साल बाद ये इसकी एक्चुअल शक्ल आपको देख रही है।
It's a double gate. In between the two gates is the open courtyard. A beautiful pavilion still exists on the gate. The next masterpiece in Rohtas Fort is Haveli Man Singh. It has its own grandeur and a building to be reckoned with domination and style. This is Haveli Man Singh. The Haveli, named after the trusted journal of Akbar's court, is the most conspicuous structure built on a rock. It is a double-story building and, unlike the fort, has been constructed in bricks and plastered neatly. One of the extensions of Man Singh is Rani Mahal. It is 50 yards away towards the north of Haveli. It's a tomb measuring 18 by 18 feet. Near Man Singh, approximately 100 yards, is the famous gallows, commonly known as Phansi Khana, where criminals were hanged. Badshai Mosque is a small but beautiful mosque. It consists of only a prayer chamber and a courtyard. Although the roofing of the prayer chamber is domical from inside, yet it has no domes on the outer side. The spandrels have got roundels with the word Allah written in relief. The mosque, on the whole, presents a fine specimen of compact decorative and elegant religious architecture of the Suri period. The gate adjacent to the Shahi Mosque has been named after it as Badshahi Gate. The gate has 5 battlements and 2 bastions on either side of the gate. While standing at Shahi Gate, towards my right, you see ruins of so-called Kabuli Gate facing Kabul. On the left of Kabuli Gate, there is another stepped well, commonly known as Sad Bavli, due to its 7 arched openings. A massive mountain, also visible from Kabuli Gate, known as Tilla Jogia. Mori or Kashmiri Gate faces roughly towards Kashmir, hence the name Kashmiri Gate. It's a double gate, while the inner gate has the shrine of Shah Jamal Chishti.
जन्मस्थल माता कौर की जो तारीख है वो ये है कि जो 10वें गुरु गोविंद सिंह थे ना, जो कि तकरीबन सबसे अहम गुरु है सिखों के, उनकी जो बीवी है ना वो यहाँ पैदा रोहतास में पैदा हुई थी.
While standing on top of Suhail Gate, Rohtas Fort gives you a beautiful bird's eye view of itself. It's a pity that Rohtas Fort, which had cost Sher Shah Suri a huge sum and came out to be a formidable structure, could never serve the purpose for which it was built. Sher Shah died even before the completion of the stronghold. Ironical as it is, 10 years later, Humayun returned to subcontinent by the way of Kabul, which had always been anticipated by Sher Shah. If at this juncture the present state of affair remains, it is not very far that this heritage may diminish into the earth. There is a dire need that the government's concerned departments should start making sincere efforts to protect historical monument.